Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here at Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And if you're joining us from home, welcome to our Sunday morning meditation. Our meditation this morning is on resilience. So let's begin by finding a comfortable position, whether you're seated or lying down, where your body feels relaxed and supported. Take a moment to adjust your posture, allowing your spine to lengthen and your shoulders to soften. Gently close your outer eyes or soften your gaze, whichever feels most comfortable for you. Let's start by taking a few deep breaths together, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, releasing any tension or stress with each breath out. Deep breaths. Feel your rib cage expand on the inhale and completely deflate on the exhale. A couple more times to settle in, to fully arrive here and now in this moment. Gently bring your awareness to the sensation of your body meeting the surface beneath you. Notice the points of contact between your body and the ground, supporting your sit bones, your feet planted. If you're at home laying down, notice the full support beneath you. As you continue to breathe deeply, begin to scan your body from head to toe, noticing any areas, physical or mental, of tension or discomfort. With each breath, imagine sending relaxation and ease to those areas, allowing them to soften and release. Breathe into any area of resistance. Now I invite you to visualize a bamboo forest with the sound of green rustling leaves, a stream meandering nearby. Smell the scent of rich earth in the air. Picture yourself relaxing amidst this serene grove, surrounded by tall, slender bamboo stalks swaying gently in the breeze. See and feel the warmth of the sunlight filtering through the leaves above, enveloping you in a sense of peace and tranquility, as if you are immersed in the very essence of nature itself. As you continue to breathe deeply and rhythmically, bring your attention to the aliveness of the forest that surrounds you. Bamboo thrives in mountainous and field landscapes, maintaining its lush greenery throughout all 4 seasons with robust vitality. Even in the face of harsh winters and scorching summers, it retains its vibrant color, exemplifying its tenacious life force and indomitable spirit. Reflect on the qualities it embodies: strength, resilience, flexibility, and adaptability. Allow these qualities to permeate your being, infusing you with a sense of inner strength and calm. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into a state of relaxation and tranquility. Let go of any thoughts or distractions, allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. Visualize your inner self becoming the bamboo, strong yet flexible, rooted yet able to sway with the winds of life. Feel your spine lengthening and your shoulders relaxing as you embody the grace and resilience of this tree. Affirm to yourself, I am strong and resilient. I bend, but I do not break. I'm flexible and adaptable, flowing with the rhythm of life. Now, as you allow these affirmations to resonate within you, let your breath become a manifestation of these qualities. Inhale deeply, drawing in the essence of strength and resilience, feeling the energy flow through you. As you exhale, feel the release of any tension or rigidity, making space for the flexibility and adaptability that resides within you. Soften your mind. Expand the thought space. Picture what resilience looks like for you during this season, amongst the busyness, the lists, the cooking, perhaps visiting family. Or what does resilience look like when you're listening to the news or commercials demanding that it's cold and flu season? No. You're resilient. You're the master of your thoughts and responses, and you're calmly choosing what you prefer to feel and experience in any given moment. After an initial human reaction, there's always a spiritual choice. If you are now experiencing any tightness or resistance, breathe deeply into that and release. Synchronize your breath with the gentle swaying motion of this forest. With each inhale, drawing in flexibility and adaptability, allowing them to flow through your body like a gentle breeze, and with each exhale, release any resistance or rigidity, letting go of thoughts or emotions that no longer serve you. Let the rhythm of your breath mirror the natural dance of the bamboo, connecting you with the ebb and flow of life. Bring attention to any sensations of movement within your body. Notice how your body responds to your breath, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Imagine your body becoming more fluid and supple with each breath, like this sturdy tree swaying in the wind. Embrace a sensation of flexibility flowing through your muscles and joints, allowing them to move with ease and grace. Expand this sensation to your mind, with flexibility to receive external input or information, knowing you have the choice of what to do with it. No rigid auto responses. We're now filtering through spirit. Consider how bamboo's adaptability can inspire positive change in your own life. During our music meditation that follows, reflect on specific situations where flexibility can lead to growth, to an expansion of your own inner peace. How can adaptability bring about positive transformation for you personally? Visualize yourself moving through these scenarios with the same grace and resilience as the bamboo in the forest. Feel empowered as you navigate life's twists and turns, adjusting your course while staying rooted in your core values. Take some time now to reflect on the experiences you've had during this meditation. Allow the qualities of strength, resilience, flexibility, and adaptability to resonate within you. These qualities, spirit-given tools, are readily available and accessible. As we move into music meditation, reflect on areas where these tools will be useful in your daily life. As you begin to bring your awareness back into the present moment, consider how you can embody these qualities in your everyday life. Perhaps it's through adjusting your perspective in challenging situations or being more open to change and growth. Take a deep breath in, acknowledging the strength and resilience within you. Exhale slowly, releasing any tension or resistance. Now, as you return to your surroundings, carry this sense of empowerment with you. Know that you have the capacity to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, just like the bamboo in the forest. When you are ready, gently open your eyes, feeling grounded and refreshed. Carry this mindful awareness with you as you continue your journey, knowing that you possess innate ability to adapt and thrive in any circumstance. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. We hope that you'll join us at 10:15 for our Sunday celebration service. See you there. Thank you.
centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries throughout 30 countries worldwide. Our community is the spiritual home for a diverse group of people who are seeking a deep and abiding connection within us and surrounding us. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God. We do this within a sacred and supportive community that welcomes everyone just as they are. I'm getting the note that I'm not turned on. How would you know that? Thank you, John. Okay. All right. So, I'd go over what I already said, but everyone would give me crap about it, so I'm not going to. So our mission is the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. We do this through celebration, service, study, fellowship, and the energy of unconditional love. Our vision is a world that actually does work for all. We do this by practicing the truth of our oneness and our unity with God in our everyday lives. You are welcome here no matter where you are on your spiritual path. Now, we try to have every time that we're in the room together, we try to have a flower dedication. And our flower dedication today is for those of us that are celebrating their birthdays in December. Please raise your hand if that is you. Woo! That is absolutely wonderful. And I'm sure there are some people at home also. So I invite everyone else to hold your hands out, not only to the people in the room who are celebrating their birthday, but out to the ethers. And repeat after me. We see you. We know who you really are. We celebrate your arrival on the planet. We are grateful for your presence in the community. And we love you. So please join us if you're definitely if you're having a birthday in December, but also if you're here and want to be supportive and celebrate those that are. We will be going for a lunch bunch following the service, and we're going to Firebirds. It's at 3200 Marketplace in Morrisville. So 3200 Marketplace, for those of you that are at home, while we are here restoring the room, you could be getting in your car and joining us at Firebird. So please consider doing that. The holidays are upon us. Woo! When did that happen? I'm excited about what we have in store to celebrate them together as a community. First is our very special annual Christmas Eve service. The service is filled with insight, music, ritual, and love. It will be held on Wednesday evening, November 23rd, right here at 4 Points by Sheridan. It's always an amazing and sacred event. So please RSVP to info@trianglecsl.org if you will be coming and how many will be coming with you. We are also going to have finger foods and dessert bar. So please let Heather know when you write to her at info@trianglecsl.org what you will be bringing and how many people will be coming with you, okay? So that is for Christmas Eve. Now, our annually held New Year's Eve celebration and Burning Bowl this year will be held in combination with our annual New Year's Day visioning and vision boards. The event will combine a short message about releasing and then a releasing meditation followed by a ritual to release anything and everything that came up for us during the meditation. And then a short message about the process of visioning, the process itself to vision our highest and best idea for 2026, and then the opportunity to create vision boards around the vision that came up for us. The event will be held at a sacred and brand new to us location in Raleigh. The space is owned and operated by Solely Holistic. And the address is 5540 McNeely Drive, Suite 101 in Raleigh. Please RSVP at info@TriangleCSL so that we can plan for the necessary supplies for the vision boards. So we hope to see you for one or both of those events, and they will be amazing, I'm sure. Upcoming Sundays, Sunday, December 21st, we are online only. Sunday, December 28th, we are online only. All Sunday services, as always, begin with a meditation at 9:45, followed by the service at 10:15. Join us for our Wednesday evening services for 2025. The evening is called The Wednesday Experience, a look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. It's a really wonderful opportunity to come together, deepen our practice with one another, have our voice be heard, and hear inspiring shares by like-minded people. The service will be held on Zoom from 7 o'clock to 8:15. The link will be in the Wednesday newsletter or also on our website. So please join us for Wednesday evening. Before moving on, I would like to thank Michelle Love for her beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. Thank you very much, Michelle. And now please welcome her back to the stage.
Hey, Dusty. Good morning, everyone. It's so great seeing your actual physical faces here today. And if you're at home, we can't wait to see you too. Come on back. So our theme for the year 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our theme for the month of December is Shedding Our Skin. Reverend Dusty's message for today is From Crackly to Supple. That ought to be interesting. I would like to invite Heather up to the podium to do our welcoming ceremony. The Center for Spiritual Living honors both the truth that we are all created by God out of the same God stuff, and that there is a multiplicity of divine emanations, each individualized and unique in their own way as represented by the ceremony. Thank you, Heather, for joining us. Whether this is your first time with us, or your 1,000th time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the room physically or participating via technology or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are brand new to the science of mind philosophy or you've practiced it for a long time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich, dark shade, or you're the palest tint of color, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are a straight, cisgender man or woman, or you identify with the LGBTQ+ community, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether your politics tend toward the red side or towards the blue side, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country or came here from a different land, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are married or single or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Whether you are in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or somewhere in between, you are accepted here just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't sure that you even believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here just as you are. Each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you all for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. Thank you. Thanks, Heather. I'd like to invite Carol up, and she will do an invocation. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be here. I've been out of commission for a little while, so it makes it very special to be back. My name is Carol Cross. I'm a practitioner here. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm just overflowing with joy to be here. But let's all close our eyes, and I'm going to say a blessing on today's service. And my heart is overflowing. And it's not overflowing with feelings. It is overflowing with God's stuff. It is overflowing with joy, with peace, with serenity, with abundance, with wisdom, with connection, with unity. It fills me up, and it melds with all of the other light beings who are part of this service today. So I say a word of gratitude for all of the volunteers who make this service possible. A special word of blessing on Heather and Ava, who are our AV angels, and make sure that these words go beyond just these walls and are a message that is available for the entire world at all times. I say a word of blessing on Michelle for her meditation earlier and her service here during the day. I say a word of blessing on our magnificent musician, Mr. Sandy Hemingway, who always softens us up for the message with his beautiful musical renditions. I say a word of blessing on our beloved minister, Dusty Rippelmeyer, who is here in her divine best to support us all in following these practices that we know lead to the life we love to live. And I say a word of blessing on all participants, because this is a co-creation of all of us standing in our light selves. And so we cast a mighty light. A light that shines onto a world that sometimes can have some dark places. But we know that this light is leading us all to our global vision of a world that works for all. And that's what we're up to today. That's why we're here. That's why you're tuned in. That's why we're participating. So I say, let's make it happen. And I turn it over to the universe, the law that always says yes with our words, and so it is. All right, so the reading today is from the CSL Theme Committee. And they say, like putting lotion on our skin when it gets dry to keep it soft and supple, our lives also need moisture and attention to keep them healthy and vibrant. By welcoming evolution and growth, we nurture ourselves to be the very best we can be. As my dead skin peels away, I embrace my rich, soft, and supple self. And so it is. And so, again, to help crack open those sometimes hardened hearts from that material world, we have just one of the cornerstones of our music ministry, Mr. Sandy Hemingway. Please welcome him.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So, this year's Christmas season started for me when I got in my car and I turned on the radio and I heard Bruce Springsteen singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And it just immediately filled me with all of these positive emotions. And music has always had that that ability. And this is a song I wrote quite a while ago, but it's about how when we're down and going through dark times, music can be transformative and help us move from our crackly self to our supple self. It's called Sing Me Into the Light. Once upon a rhyme, I had a song within my heart, but now the song is set. I sit in silence with my dark. The sun, it only shines on half the world at any time. There's a night within my soul. I fear the sun will never rise. I need your song. I need your strong. I need your melody of hope to guide me back where I belong. So sing with all your might, so I can carry on the fight and find my way back home to love. Sing me into the light. Sing me into the light. Once upon a cry, as the tears flow from my eyes, I could clearly see that my heart had just gone blind. The sun may only shine on half the world at any time, but I can always see from the light within your lines. I need your song. I need your strong. I need your melody of hope to guide me back where I belong. So sing with all your might, so I can carry on the fight and find my way back home to love. Sing me into the light. Sing me into the light. The basement of my soul is not a place I want to go. And though I try sometimes, I lack the strength I need to grow. The road gets hard and long when my turns have turned out wrong. And that is when I need to feed my soul within your song. I need your song. I need your strong. I need your melody of hope to guide me back where I belong. So sing with all your might, so I can carry on the fight and find my way back home to love. Sing me into the light. Sing me into the light. Sing me into the light. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful, Sandy. And like you, I am softened by music, cracked open, and really made more available in any given moment. So thank you very much for that. Welcome to those of you who may have just arrived in the sanctuary or turned on your televisions or computers at home. I'm very glad that you have chosen to join us this morning. The theme for the month of December is shedding our skin, and has already been said, the message is entitled From Crackly to Supple. I know you're all excited about where this is going for sure. So when I first heard the theme of the month, shedding our skin, my thought went immediately to snakes. Right now, I know that I'm not telling you anything you already don't know, but that as snakes grow, their skin does not grow with them. So instead, they periodically shed that outer layer of skin in order to accommodate their increasing size, their growth. Now, for me, this is a perfect metaphor for what we often have to do in our own lives in order to be able to grow and evolve. When I first read the talk title itself, From Crackly to Supple, I thought about Jesus and his parable of the wineskins. Now, at the time of the telling of the parable, wine bottles were made out of the stomachs of sheep. Don't think about it too much. Now, if they were made from a very fresh kill, then the wine bottles would be very soft and pliable. They would be capable of expanding, because when they poured the new wine into those soft and pliable wineskins, the skin was able to expand in the fermenting process of the wine. Old skins, however, were, they had lost their moisture and they weren't very stretchy. So they were not capable of expanding when they poured in the new wine and the fermentation happened. They weren't able to expand during that process. So in order to grow spiritually, to step into the highest expression of ourselves and to expand possibility in our lives, we have to have a new container, a new context for living. The old outdated idea of ourselves and our world will simply not expand enough to really be able to hold this new idea, this new version of ourselves, this higher way of being in the world, and the possible life that we wish to have because of it. We have to let go of our old assumptions and our old beliefs and our old thoughts and step into a new context for our life, a context that needs to be supple, a context that needs to be able to expand. Now, the CSL Theme Committee says evolution and growth are the key qualities that lead us from the aspects of life that are dry and crackly to the space of softness and suppleness. Through the process of the life cycle, everything has its moment, from birth to death, from new to old. Things grow and progress, become stagnant, wither and die, and evolve yet again. There are many examples in nature that demonstrate this principle. It is just the way that it works. So they suggested 3 different discussion ideas for us today. And the first is withering on the vine. Withering on the vine. Now, the expression withering on the vine is really a metaphor rooted in the Bible that describes a state of spiritual decline, a state of barrenness, a state of a loss of vitality that typically results from a disconnect from God. To maintain spiritual vitality and to avoid withering, one must actively abide in the divine. The saying, "abide in me," can be understood as an invitation to rest in the presence, to stay connected, and to allow ourselves to really be held in a really new sense of belonging, a new sense of oneness, a new sense of wholeness. If we take a moment to look at the divine as a gardener, then we could say that the gardener lifts us up. So I think about, I haven't spent a lot of time in a vineyard, but I think about movies that I've seen when the vineyard guy, whatever his name is, the vintner, he lifts up the vines that are laying on the ground, right? And so I think about, if I think about the divine as a gardener lifting us up, we're speaking in the language of tending and nurturing. Spiritually, this symbolizes the compassionate force, that compassionate force that is within us and surrounding us and refuses to let us stay laying on the ground, refuses to let us stay in places where we cannot thrive. Yes? You with me? So spiritually, this is the moment when life or our inner wisdom nudges us upward out of the heaviness toward clarity and renewal. To be lifted up doesn't mean that we're broken. To be lifted up doesn't mean that we are failing. It means someone or some deeper aspect of ourselves recognizes our worth and refuses to let us shrink into the shadows. I love this. It also means support in times of challenges. Think about it. That vine, those vines can't hook themselves back up to the trellis. And there are some times when we can't either. So being lifted symbolizes receiving support precisely when we cannot seem to support ourselves. Could be a stabilizing hand or a loving presence or an inner awakening that assists us to be able to rise again. It can also mean being realigned with our purpose. Lifted branches, like those ones that are lifted up off the ground, are lifted so that they are repositioned so that they can flourish. Likewise, being lifted up spiritually means that we are guided back into alignment with what nourishes us. It means that we are tended to, supported, and guided back toward the light. It signifies care, renewal, and the belief that our life can still bloom, that it can still bloom with a little lifting and a little love. The gardener, in a spiritual sense, is really that nurturing force. The inner whisperer, the unexpected support, and that small spark of clarity that says, you are still worth tending. You are still capable of growth. You are not meant to stay down. When we are lifted up, it's not an act of rescue, it's an act of reorientation. We are guided back toward the light so that we can breathe, so that we can see, so that we can move forward, so that we can continue to grow and evolve. The CSL Theme Committee says we all have a root source from whence we come. Whether we are human, animal, plant, or other life form, through the life cycle we grow, emerge, and blossom into whatever it is that we are supposed to be. Some life cycles are shorter than others. Whether it's a leaf on a tree or a grape on a vine, it grows, then eventually begins to dry out and then to wither and die, moving it closer to the completion of the cycle, of the life cycle. Now, the bottom line is that whether we shed our dry skin to yield soft, supple new skin, or whether we allow our leaves to wither and fall, awaiting the sprouting of new leaves, The life cycle is always in motion. The life cycle is always in motion, supporting us through the natural evolution and growth. Plant, animal, us. For many of us, perhaps most of us, in our everyday lives, there maybe has already been or has yet to come a time when we feel ourselves withering on the vine. This withering isn't a failure. It's a signal. It's not a sign that we are dying. It is a sign that we are changing. It's the beginning of a deeper transformation. Probably a big change for some of us in how we think about this idea of withering. Doesn't mean that we're dying, it means that we're changing. And that something perhaps has to die in order for that change to happen. To wither is simply the soul's way of calling us back to growth, back to movement, back to the environment where our inner life can breathe again. It's an invitation to notice what drains us, to notice what dims us, to notice what is no longer in alignment with our purpose. And when we listen, when we truly listen, when we reverently listen, we discover that withering is not the end of our story. It's the threshold before renewal. I love that. The threshold before renewal. The pause before a new season. The moment just before, that moment just before we cut away what no longer feeds us and allows us to root again in richer soil. We are not meant to stay small. We are not meant to stay where we cannot bloom. If we feel ourselves withering, it's only because life is inviting us to move toward our next becoming. It's life inviting us to evolve, to grow, to transform, to become our next becoming. When the vine can no longer nourish who we are becoming, the soul begins its natural process of shedding the skin. Not out of impatience, not out of judgment, but out of a deep inner wisdom. Not abruptly, but gently. In subtle recognition that the identity we used to wear will not take us into the future we are meant to have. It can't. Withering is the body's way of saying the cycle is complete. We are no different. Withering is the body's way of saying the cycle is complete. The cycle is complete. It's the Spirit's way of nudging us towards the unknown. You know that thing we don't ever want to go to because, ooh, scary. It's nudging us towards the unknown, towards the next layer of our truth. The old skin, once protective and necessary, now constrains us. It starts to feel too tight, too small, too familiar. And when it finally begins to crack, that's when transformation steps in. Quietly steps in. Shedding who we once wore is rarely graceful. It can be tender. It can be disorienting. It can be emotional. But beneath the shedding, something luminous is gathering. A strength that comes only from releasing what no longer aligns. a clarity that arises only when we are willing to dare to step out of the old and into the new. It's about returning to the self we were meant to be. It's not about stepping into something new. It's about stepping into the self that we were created to be. The self that breathes more freely, loves more boldly, and moves through life with greater authenticity. It is truly who we are. Now, so if we feel ourselves withering or fading or unraveling, the invitation is to know that we are not breaking down. We are making space. We're making space for the next evolution of our spirit. We are preparing to grow in a direction that our skin could never take us, that our skin could never contain. And when the shedding is complete, we will rise into a version of ourselves that feels more true, that feels more expansive, and that feels more alive than ever before. And this can happen individually, and it can happen collectively. Now, the second idea that they had was the idea to die to the old and awaken to the new. Now, hanging with our idea of the gardening, pruning, right, is, in a spiritual sense, is the intentional act of clearing away what no longer supports our growth. For those of you that garden, you'll understand that. It's a process of making space. To be pruned in life doesn't mean that we've done something wrong. It doesn't mean that we need to be punished. It means that we have reached a stage in our life where certain habits, certain attachments, certain relationships, or certain mindsets have stopped contributing to our becoming. Like branches that once bore fruit but now drain energy, some part of our inner landscape needs to be released so that new life can form. Pruning is the sacred act of removing what hinders growth. The beliefs that dim us, the attachments that drain us, the habits that keep us small. Not because those things were wrong or useless at some point in time, but because their season has ended. And when they are released, life force flows back into the areas where renewal is right on that precipice, where the renewal is just about ready to happen. Life force flows into that area because we've pruned what is in the way. Pruning asks for courage. It requires honesty about what is weighing us down, what we've outgrown, and what we have been holding on to out of familiarity rather than alignment. It can feel uncomfortable, empty even, because we are used to equating more with better. Spiritually, however, pruning is an act of clarity. It is an act of discernment. It is an act of self-respect. When we prune, we are saying, I trust that I am capable of more than what I've settled for. I trust that letting go creates new possibilities. I trust that sometimes growth begins with subtraction. And after pruning, something really beautiful happens. Light reaches part of us that have been hidden. Energy flows into what truly matters in our lives. New inspirations, new connections, and new directions begin to grow slowly but powerfully. Pruning isn't about becoming less. It's about becoming more intentional, more vibrant, and more aligned with who we are evolving into. It's the sacred art of releasing so that our lives can bloom again. And the third idea is what lies dormant underneath. What lies dormant underneath? Now, a good spiritual practice is to uncover what might be lurking in our subconsciousness, because whatever's lurking in that subconsciousness has a way of really messing with us. It's really what's the driving force in our life, and it might need to be brought up and out so that it can be healed. Sometimes there can be this unhealed trauma underneath the surface, and if this unhealed trauma is not properly addressed and resolved, it will, in all probability, interrupt the flow of good into our lives. It's good to know what lies underneath, so that we can ensure that whatever is in our unconsciousness is something that we actually want to be in our lives, that we're consciously choosing it. But we can't do that if we don't even know what it is. Another idea of something that could be lying dormant underneath is something that Eckhart Tolle calls ordinary unconsciousness. Now, he says that for most of us, it is our normal state. And because of that, we might not even be aware of it. We might not even be aware of it. Ordinary unconsciousness shows up as a continuous low level of unease, a continuous low level of boredom or discontent or nervousness or loneliness or unhappiness. It's not a state of acute pain or acute depression, but more of a background state, much like that continuous low hum of an air conditioner. You only become aware of it when it stops. And when it does, we feel a sigh of relief. It is our habitual resistance to the denial of what is that sets us up for a life of ordinary unconsciousness. Ordinary unconsciousness is always linked in some way, shape, or form to the denial of the here and now. Complaining is a great example of this resistance. This could look like complaining about a relationship or a job or a situation or our surroundings or even the weather. And it can be done in speech or it can be done in thought. Stress, fear, worry, doubt, resentment, playing the waiting game, and having too much of the past take up too much of our attention are also things that fall into this category. Ordinary unconsciousness has been around for forever. And again, it involves both the individual and the collective. So the invitation is to really make what lies dormant underneath conscious. To do the inner work to discover what that is. Eckhart Tolle says it is essential to bring consciousness into your life in ordinary situations when everything is going smoothly, relatively smoothly. Anything unconscious dissolves when you shine the light of consciousness upon it. So each of us is encouraged to be at least as interested in what's going on inside of us as we are about what's going on outside of us. If we were to get the inner when we bring more consciousness into our everyday life, we begin to vibrate at a higher level and attract a higher level of experience into our lives because of it. Acting from a higher vibrational field is always more effective. It always reveals more insight. It always opens more doors, and it always attracts more honey than when we operate from a field of negativity. So the invitation today is to know that all of this works together. Withering reveals what no longer sustains us. Pruning removes what blocks our becoming. The gardener lifting us up restores us to possibility. Shedding old skin frees us from outdated identities, and dormant truths beneath the surface awaken to new growth and to a whole new level of energy. And in that energy, we move from crackly to supple with ease and grace, and every single part of us, our past, our present, and our emerging, has a place in our becoming. And so it is. And so it is. So I just invite us to turn within for a moment of prayer to anchor this conversation. So I invite everyone to close their outer eyes. Turn within. And as I do so, I am acutely aware of that space and place within me. That spark, that wisdom, that creativity, that love, that grace, that abundance, that freedom. It is who and what I am at my very core. We are all spiritual beings having a human incarnation. And so what I know is that we are all connected. That same spark is within each and every single one of us, and we are connected to each other and to life itself by that golden thread. And no matter what we are going through or what experience we are having or what relationship we are in the midst of, that presence is always there because we are there. You're there, I'm there, everyone is there, all sentient beings on the planet. There's only one of us, truly. And so from that place of deep connectedness, I speak these words about and for each of us today. Truly knowing that we can move from crackly to supple. From a space in which we are too dry to really expand. To really allow ourselves to open ourselves to all that life has to offer. That we can let go of old ways of being. That we can allow ourselves to think a new thought, to have a new context, to bring forward our beliefs in a positive way, in an uplifting way, to take us out of the heaviness and into the light. And to know that as we do so for ourselves, we are doing so for others because they see us and say, oh, I want some of that. I know that this idea of withering perhaps had a connotation for us before, that it was dying, that something was dying, but in fact, it does not mean that. It means really being open to stepping into our becoming. Is a letting go of the old, a transition that everything goes through, letting go of some container they were in, a cocoon, a skin, a way of being. And that when we do so, we are able to powerfully step into a new life. a new way of being in the world, a new way of moving and sharing and loving and creating. A new way that frees us up from the shackles of a skin that is too tight, too dry, too familiar. I know that as we do so, individually or as a community, the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living, that we move into these new spaces, trusting that we are being supported, that we are being guided, that we are being loved, and that we can be willing to let go of old ways of being in order to step into something brand new. I claim ease and grace for us around doing that, around being that, around stepping into that new life. We can support each other, and we are supported. That gardener lifting us up, getting us in alignment, allowing for the light to reach areas within us and surrounding us that have recently been pruned, knowing that that life force can now move through us in ways that we can't even imagine. And I'm so grateful to know this truth and to speak these words. So grateful for the power of prayer, knowing that these words are loosed into a law that only ever says yes. And so I release them into that law, letting go and letting God be God. I invite each of us to anchor this prayer for ourselves, for each other, for our community, and for the world, simply by saying, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you all. So it is now time for our conscious giving. The Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is sustained by the giving of our time, talent, and treasure. And this is the time every week when we offer financial support to assist this community to continue to be a beacon of light and love and warmth in the Greater Triangle area. Together we affirm the truth that today's offering lifts this spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are several ways that you can give. They're here on your screen or on your screens at home. Visit our website at trianglecsl.org. You can text the word give to 919-629-9148, or you can actually send a check to our office at PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina, 27519. So I now invite you to close your eyes once again as I speak a word of blessing upon this offering, knowing that the process itself is an opportunity to stand in an expanded view of all of the ways that we are abundant, and to focus our attention on all of this abundance by practicing sharing and giving. That by recognizing our good and being able and willing to give some of it away, we enter into the law of circulation and participate in the powerful flow of the universe. I know that this gift, however big or small, supports this community as we continue to be a space of warmth, of light, of wisdom, of transformation, and of love. I know that as each of us enters into this eternal flow of giving and receiving, that the gift we give comes back to us. The blessing and the blessed are one. Thank you all for your gift, and thank you, God, for the gift of each and every single one of you. And so it is. And so it is. And so now please join me in welcoming our amazing musician for today, Sandy Hemingway.
Thank you. This is a song I wrote about a decade ago, but I think it's very appropriate. It's called Goal. thank my God you were there. There are times we lose our way. There are times we feel the pain. We wonder why life is unfair. I thank my God you were there. So many souls who just need a friend, a hug and a smile to make the pain end. So we must go, the ones in the light, to share and to glow and drive out the night, so more souls will see and more souls will shine, and peace will arise like the sun in the sky. So shine, shine like the sun, shine the light of your love, shine from the heart of your soul. Shining the light is what angels must do if we want the world to be whole. Shining the light is the goal. There are times we are the light. There are times we show the way. There are times we have the strength to help someone through when they are in pain. I think my God wants you there. There are times we are the peace. There are times we give release. We offer hope when we show we care. I think my God needs you there. So many souls who just need a friend, a hug and a smile to make the pain end. So we must go, the ones in the light, to share and to glow and drive out the night, so more souls will see and more souls will shine, and peace will arise like the sun in the sky. So shine, shine like the sun, shine the light of your love, shine from the heart of your soul. Shining the light is what angels must do if we want to get through to the heart of the truth, if we want the world to be whole. Shining the light is the Thank you.
Well, that was just magnificent, wasn't it? And I wish everybody could see in this room how everybody, all of these light beings here are shining even brighter. Thank you so much for helping to turn us on, Zandy. Okay, so now it's time for our affirmations. So I invite everyone to stand up. It's a call and response, so I'll go first, then you. And you got to give it your all. These aren't just words. This is energy. And that's what we want to do, is energize the world. So, today I choose to nurture my evolution and growth by choosing to live a healthy life. Today I choose to nurture my evolution and growth by choosing to live a healthy life. This entails shedding what does not positively serve my well-being. In order to do this, I willingly do the inner work to discover what might be lurking beneath the surface. In order to do this, I willingly do the inner work to discover what might be lurking beneath the surface. Knowing it can sabotage my growth and evolution, I turn toward my spiritual practices to heal the old and awaken the new. I give my consciousness the attention that it needs and move powerfully from crackly to supple, and all is well. I give my consciousness the attention that it needs and move powerfully from crackly to supple, and all is well. And so it is. All right, well, you can settle down again. Close your eyes one last time as I say a word of gratitude for this magical past, I don't know, hour, however long it's been. It's been magical. And in closing my eyes, what comes to me as a metaphor for today, it's like I enacted a scene from one of my favorite movies of this festive season, A Charlie Brown Christmas. And I feel like I started the day like the scene where the little Christmas tree is bent to the ground, dropping its crackly, dry needles, weighed down by an ornament that represents the challenges that I've had this week in my physical experience, in my human life. But now I stand tall and proud, reaching up towards the sky, looking vibrant and healthy and full and electrified, shining my light into the night. And that's who I came to be. That's why I'm here on the planet, to be that Christmas tree, not the bowed over Christmas tree. And because we are all connected, because we are all actually one, I know that this is true for each and every one of us. And so I can only say two words, and that is thank you. Thank you to all who made today service possible. Thank you for the message. Thank you for the medicine. Thank you for the music. And thank you for the blessed community that is the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. And so we go out into that darkness and shine our lights brightly. And I affirm this for myself and for all of us, and ask you to affirm it with me through our words, and so it is. Thank you, everyone.
I echo that. Thank you to everybody who had anything to do with putting on this service, and thank you to everybody that came to listen, to participate, and for those of you who invited us into your homes, thank you so very much. Lunch bunch to celebrate the December birthdays at Firebirds, and the address, do we have it right here? Coming up, It's coming up. It's in Morrisville, not very far, easy to get to. 3200 Marketplace. So we'll take a moment to restore, and we'll meet everybody there at 3200 Marketplace, Firebirds, to celebrate December birthdays. Thank you all again so very much for your presence here today. I love you all. Have a great week.